What is up, y'all? It's your boy Kevin, and I am doing something a little different this week. I set up my camera. You can see my camera like right here. And what I've been wanting to do is just kind of do a behind the scenes, plan with me type of stream where you guys can just ask me questions and stuff and kind of show you what's happening behind the scenes. I don't think I do a really good job. Someone who I've been really inspired by recently that I've been following is Vanessa Lau, and what she's really really good at is actually showing the behind the scenes stuff. And I'm not sure if you guys know, but I typically like to plan out my week on Sundays. So earlier today, I was doing some cooking. I was meal prepping everything, and yeah, it's like later in the day. I was like up until like 2 a.m. last night doing my website for my inbound sales advisory. But it's been really, really fun, and something that has really, really helped me over the last, I would say, year or two, just planning out my week. Something I use, and I'm going to use the streaming app, is I use something called like Panda Planner. So if you guys can't see, it looks like this, right? And literally, it looks like there's a panda on here, and then there is like there's entries, and I've actually had to add entries and stuff too, just because there's like I've had this same journal since 2020, I think, and yeah, it's pretty beat up. This is the last week I have in here, so I have to replace it altogether soon, which kind of saddens me. But I already have another journal which I want to review in the future and all that too. But yeah, I just want to take you behind the scenes. If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to drop them, but kind of sharing everything. And one of the things I really like about the Panda Planner too is that if you can't see, there's actually a daily planner, and there's a monthly planner which I don't really use. Like there's the monthly, and it basically like it takes a look at takes a look at a month view and stuff like that, but I don't really use them, if you can't tell. So I wonder if there's a way I can like zoom out a little bit more. Hold on for a second. Let's zoom this up. There we go. Yeah, so I don't really use this view, but I do use the weekly view quite a bit, and just doing this. And then also they have the daily view, which is like this. And if you follow my Instagram, you've probably seen like bits and pieces of this too. So just want to try something a little bit different this week and just go a little bit more behind the scenes and just show you what I'm kind of working on and some of the things I'm just really, really proud of. Something I typically like to do before planning too is I use something called it's all faded now, but something called a Tull notebook. And it's made by Office Depot, and this is one of my favorite notebooks. It's made by Tull. Kind of getting used to this camera. TUL. You see this down here? And the cool thing about this, if you look at this notebook, right, you can actually detach them, right? So let me switch camera for a second. You can actually detach them, right? And then, like, let's say if I want to reorganize my notes into a different section, all I need to do is just like put it back in the notebook, which is really, really cool. So I'm really enjoying it. And so it's like all back to normal, right? So I've been using this notebook, but Staples has a competitor notebook company called Arc. And I don't like the quality of the paper as much when it comes to like Arc versus Tull. Tull is way better, but the cool thing about the Arc, one of the Arc templates, is that they actually have a step-by-step. They have a checklist, and I typically like to do this weekly. I found that if I try to do everything like every single day, it's just way too overwhelming and just too much stuff to worry about. So I like to brain dump my all my thoughts onto this like type of thing. But yeah, let's continue on with like the plan my week section of everything. So I do this once a week, and one thing that I realize about Panda Planner is that it has me kind of revisiting my week and just seeing what I was really grateful for, some of the major wins this week, no matter how big or small with it as well. So what's today? Today is August. My handwriting's pretty shitty, by the way, so please forgive me. 21st, 2022 to August, what's 7? So 28, 2022. Great. So I have that written down. The first prompt is like the big wins. And so when I think about my big wins, I think about things I'm really, really proud of. And I think one of the things I've been really proud of, like, sometimes I'll go into my stories and just see, or my like photo gallery of what I'm really proud of. So like I'm pulling it up on my phone right now, but my drive is set to kind of save all the posts that I did for the week, and it just jogs my memory a lot. That's why one of the reasons why I like to I actually like to take photos of my gratitude journal and all that. So one of the cool things this week that happened for me personally is I was able to finish 90, or I wouldn't say 90, but a good 75% of my Kaizen closing website. This is major because I've been actually putting this off for a really long time. I'll show you it really quickly, actually. This was really inspired by Christo and Vanessa Lau. I actually, believe it or not, I threw their thing on a Miro dashboard. And no, let's open it in browser. And I actually took a look. You guys see this? I'll do this. I don't know why it has my notebook. Hold on for a second. Let me fix that. Go back here. Let's go here. So this is like my Miro page. And if you guys don't know what Miro is, it's actually a, what's that called? It's a whiteboarding app that I use to model everything. So I think about 3 weeks when I was in LA, I was just actually looking at all the websites I really liked and just trying to sitemap everything. So I was grabbing screenshots. There's some screenshot rippers called, like, I think I use, what is it? Fireshot. That's one of them I use. And I was just taking the pages, looking at the inspiration for each of the pages and stuff like that. So I went page by page, just taking screenshots of the pages I like. So I looked at Christos, The Future. I took a look at Vanessa Lau's. And I took a look at a lot of other pages too, like Blair Enns, which he does the Win Without Pitching Manifesto, the Black Swan Group from Chris Voss. My personal friend Cynthia Sandoval, and there's some other people too, right? I think there was Matt Diavella that I really like too. And I was just going through each of the websites and just writing down what I liked and what I didn't like. And like I was just highlighting all these different things. Like Christo, I really like his professional presence, his emphasis on typography and fonts, his copy or the website text that you see is really solid. Vanessa Lau, I like her sitemap, very simple. Her color palette, like the colors are a little too feminine for me, but that's okay. And then I just continued doing all that. And eventually, I crafted up a mini sitemap of how I wanted my website to look like. Now, it doesn't look exactly like this. I've actually made some changes, but it gives you an idea of like, that was the initial step. And after that, hold on for a second. After that, let me go on to, So I'll show you what the before site looks like and what it looks like now. I'm actually still working on it, so it's still a work in progress. But this was my original site. Want to close more deals without sleazy tactics, and there's an old picture of me and Tom and stuff. And this was my old website. Like, if you're into inbound sales, like, it looks decent, right? But one thing I didn't like was that this was on a platform called Kartra. I still like Kartra, but I'm just trying to minimize everything. I don't really sell like in-depth like courses or programs or anything like that. It's more, oh shit, and we got comments here. Got Hagao, what's up? Hey bro. RX Career, hey Kevin, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Anyways, yeah, I should probably put this comment section like right over here. But this was my original page and it works, it's functional, like it's solid for certain things, but I just felt like it was missing that personality type of thing too. So this is my new website. It's a little different. I gotta just edit some of the copy and stuff to make it a little bit more shorter and punchy. But I like this too, and it's very, like, if you look at Vanessa Lau's website, like, let's take a look at this. It's like very similar. I took almost very similar elements, but it's just a lot simpler, which I really like. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I was just like, I built out the newsletter on my back end, which I'll write down into my thing. So one of the things I see in the inbound sales space is that it's hard to build trust. Like, there's a lot of like sales people out there teaching sales, but one of the things that I learned from Ali is that he talks about being a guide, not a guru. And like, I don't think I'm a black belt closer or anything like that. I don't even like the word closer. I think it's very cringe. But one of the things that I really like is just sharing what I'm learning. I was reading Blair Enns' Pricing Creativity, and I was speaking to some of my friends earlier this week about like pricing strategies, irresistible offers, irresistible offers, and sales conversations, right? And so it was just really, really interesting. So I'm going to write building out the newsletter for Kaizen closing. Okay, so there's that. And then the belt section I'm still working on. Like, it's kind of very also like Vanessa Lau. I gotta work on some formatting stuff and the story. Like, this is all like sample copy and stuff, but I'm pretty happy about this so far. And I have to move some stuff, like move some of the content over and all that, but this is not ready to be live yet, but it's just a sneak preview of what I've learned. And I think something that's really interesting too is like, I think a few years ago, I would have been so overwhelmed. I wouldn't be able to do something like this at all. Like, I was not techie. I was not super resourceful, but there comes a time and place. And I'm starting to see all the, like, I think earlier this week, I was writing how I was seeing all the pieces come together. And when I first left pharmacy, I wasn't able to do a website like craft up a website like this. I wasn't able to use a Notion board at all. I wasn't able to do a video that really converted. And I'm going to talk about that in a second, because that's going to be number 3, short form affiliate video. Number 1. Okay. But it's like all these tangential skills, and I'm starting to see it actually come together. So I was just really, really happy that I did that too. Anyways, back to kind of like what went well in the week. So I wrote building out the newsletter for Kaizen closing, which is something I've been wanting to do. Sorry if my handwriting sucks a lot, but that was really important. It's been in the back of my mind for a while, and being able to write that copy of like that opt-in page really means a lot to me. I want to start doing articles, and I'm going to even create a new YouTube channel relatively soon. So yeah, like that's going to be really, really cool. And that's just going to be, I bought a bunch of Vanessa Lau's like templates and stuff, and that's going to be really cool, just teaching inbound sales that way. The other cool thing is like this number 3 is like short form. So I got a notification. I got a notification today that or actually the other day. Hold on. Hold on for a second. Let me go back to here. Cool. And then let me go back into my YouTube channel. So something that's also really cool is like one of my videos actually started ranking pretty high. Like it doesn't have a lot of views, but that's the one thing I realized. Like you don't need a ton of views. Like I'm not after clout chasing views anymore. I just want to get the right audience and stuff. So hold on for 1 second. Let's edit this. Let's go here. Save that. Go back to details. Go here. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so anyways, yeah, like one of the interesting things that happened this week was, where is it? Oh yeah, my short form video. It's actually doing really, really well. So I'm going to open it up and I'm going to show you the analytics behind everything too, which is really, really cool. Something I realized I'm doing really well at is affiliates. And so first of all, if you bought short form through my link, I really appreciate you guys a lot. It really helps out my channel, and it's like it's kind of the new direction I want the channel to go in. So if I'm going to show you the behind the scenes analytics of this, and let me move this down here so it's not blocked. It's kind of cool. There's like so when I first launched this video, it wasn't doing that well, but around day, let's call it 57, it started breaking normal. And then like what you see in here, like the shaded area, like over like the bottom area, not the blue line, but that's the typical performance. My typical performance of the videos hasn't been that great, to be honest with you. It's been pretty poor, but that's because I've done a whole niche change. YouTube banner, I'm going to write number 4. I actually redid my YouTube banner, which I'm really, really proud of, but started breaking around. It took about 2.5 months for my video to start trending up, and now it's like outperforming everything. And I was even checking on something like, and it has a pretty good retention. It's a very flat line retention, which is amazing. And then like it has like a 40% retention, which is really good on my channel too. So I'm just really, really happy about that. AdSense is whatever, but in affiliate sales so far, I've made about off 1,000 views, because I want to make it the best review ever. But off 1,000 views, I already made $850.50, which is pretty cool. I'm reinvesting that back into the channel, so I'm trying to look for an editor right now too on like that does like documentary style type of things. If you haven't checked out my like channel recently, let me stop sharing. If you haven't checked out my channel recently, I've just been focusing a lot on book reviews and all that, because for me, reading education is like so important. It's one of the most important things that for me. So actually redid my banner today, or not today, like probably last week, but practical education, helping entrepreneurial creators get paid doing what they love. That's like why I do it. And then like how I do it is through book summary documentaries on business, relationship, sales, and persuasion. That's probably going to be shortened over time, but just getting out something out there is like just really, really important. And then if you look at my channel, like I've restructured everything into books in minutes. Some people are still into inbound sales, so I have like some stuff for that, which I'm going to be revamping on my next on my newer YouTube channel. And then what else? I have some pharmacy videos, and shorts is very little at the very end. But yeah, I just kind of restructured my channel a little bit, just because I want to head into a new niche. I haven't talked about pharmacy in very, very long time, even though I got a pharmacy question not that long ago, but that was interesting. Anyways, like setting that up. So, and what I like doing too, like if I'm really having a really tough day, sorry, my writing's so bad, but what I'm doing is like if I have a really tough day, I usually like to scroll through a lot of these things and just look at everything. I know you guys can't see it, but I actually have a checklist over here too. So this is how I'm referring, and I'm again looking at my Google Photos and stuff too. Something else I did just to speed this up on the YouTube side is like shot 3 months of of YouTube videos this week. So yesterday I actually shot yesterday I shot a bunch of YouTube videos, and it was really, really sick. Like I was really tired at the end, but being able to batch up content is something I've been wanting to do for a while. And one more thing, let me change one thing really quickly. Let's make this live stream. Oh yes, make this live stream. And then we'll also make this change the thumbnail to let's do a quick thumbnail. Which I'll change later. Hold on for a second. Do this. Okay. All right. Anyways, okay, so back to the video. I was just making some changes to my live stream really quickly. Also this week, I sometimes like to add certain things. So like there's a lot of big wins, but this week I got headhunted for my agency. 25K per month opportunity. So I got agency work through my pipeline this week. And I might be giving it to my students, one of my students too. So that was really cool. I also set one of my students up for an interview. Student for inbound sales interview. That was really cool. Something I'm always really, really big on is like I sometimes like to write down my like students' wins too, like not only my personal wins, but like my students' wins too, because if I'm a coach or if I'm a consultant or anything like that, I always like to write down like what I've done for other people as well. Let's see what else I did this week. I started optimizing my LinkedIn profile. So that's another thing I'm trying to work on is my LinkedIn, and being more omnipresent on more platforms. That's not what I want to show you. Something I've been working on is just trying to be more omnipresent on more platforms. So like LinkedIn. If I go to my LinkedIn really quickly. I gotta clean this up a little bit, but this is my LinkedIn. I was working on crafting up my title a little bit more, crafting up like the different hashtag strategies. I was actually I added. Sorry, I should probably hide this. I also worked on adding a link here too. I gotta update this link tree as well, but there's that. So I did that, and it's something I've been kind of putting off for a while, but like I'm just like trying to get everything all in place. There's a lot of work, like building the website, doing the LinkedIn, doing the affiliates, doing my videos. Like this is all boring shit that people don't really care about, right? But it's a lot. And then what else did I do? I talked to, oh yes, we're wrapping up. What else did I do this week? Oh yeah, continue yoga and jiu-jitsu practice and meal prepped Thai food. These last two ones are pretty funny. Taylor says, yo Biggie Kev, yo Big Kevy Kev, what's good, man? It's the Taylor Millie own. Welcome to the channel, brother. Yeah, it's been it's kind of cool seeing. It's kind of crazy. So what I was just doing was just updating my thumbnail, and I think it's getting more increased engagement and stuff. But what I'm doing this week is just planning my week and just walking you through like how I normally plan my week, because I probably do this anyways. And I think it's important to like just one of the books I'm reading actually, or I'm reading the Trifecta. I'll show you them since I have the overhead camera right now. But some of the books I'm reading is Keep Going by Austin Kleon, Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon, and hold on, let me hide your comment for a second. And then we have Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. And whoops, that's my LinkedIn. You guys don't want to see that. One of the cool things about this is that he talks about just showing every single stage of your life and what you're doing behind the scenes, so people can just relate to you more and see what's going on, and stick into macros. Okay, sorry. I was just really, really distracted. And what is that wire? There's like a random wire. Oh, this should be out of the way. Sorry. But yeah, so like I'm just doing that. I'm just going behind the scenes and showing you guys what I'm up to. I wrote 2 more things for the big wins this week. I wrote yoga and jiu-jitsu practice. And lifting goals hit. So I actually hit all my lifting and yoga and jiu-jitsu goals this week, which has been really, really, really tough. I'm not an athlete or anything like that, but I've been training quite a bit, and yoga has really helped me out a lot because I'm not as stiff and I'm stretching, and it's just really, really good for my brain. And then I also meal prepped Thai food this week and stuck to my macros. What was really, really interesting was that recently this week I've just been playing with a lot of like Thai food, because it's very simple to make, but it's very, very flavorful, and like I'm loving it. Like I'm able to like down some like ground beef like nothing. It's crazy. And so earlier today I was just meal prepping all of it and just trying to lean down. I'm actually thinking about starting hard 90 again, which I need to write down. I'm thinking about doing hard 90 again, which should be really good. Let's see. Kev is Kevin's former rapper name. Not gonna lie though, like in terms of rap, I've been diving deep into rap. I've been listening to a lot of World Star Hip Hop channel. Like I found like Zay Osama, and then And then I've been diving into like 21 Savage mixes and Young Dolph mixes and the Young Thug like YSL mixes, because he's like going through his his court trial right now, which isn't like, sucks for Young Thug and stuff and all them, but yeah, just been really diving deep into it, and I just been uploading it as part of my stories and stuff. So definitely on Instagram, I'm trying to be more intentional. I want to do more carousels with my personal channel. I want to do more of these book reviews and get more of them out. That's the goal. Like, I can stick to once a month, but like it's a lot of work, and I'm trying to figure out ways to strategize to make things easier too. But yeah, just been posting up a lot of hip hop on my like IG channel and stuff. Let's see. How are you? How's your weekend, Folio? This weekend, not too much happened. What I was showing you guys earlier was like I've been reworking my whole entire website for Kaizen Clothing, which I'll show you guys here. So, nope, that's my original site. But then if I go to Home 2, I think it's Home 2. Let me see the URL. Because I'm literally I'm going to be switching up the homepage, but this is what it looked like before, and this is what it's going to look like now. I got to rework the copy. It should only be 3 lines, but yeah. And like I used some of the photo shoot pictures that I used. So I was working on this a lot. I was shooting YouTube videos. Yesterday I actually went to grab some steak too, which was pretty cool. Like, it was really nice just to take a little bit of a break and just do something that's not so work related, because this week has been really heavy for me in terms of work and all that. But to be fair, like when I went to LA, it was very chill. It was super chill, right? And I didn't do any work when I was there. So I'm just trying to get caught up, and I'm trying to open up my coaching for the first. So I got to send out an email this week and all that, but I'll get to that too when I start planning. Dude, I actually have to, I'm actually about to start my workout, so I can't stay long. Dude, your channel helps me out a lot. I'm sure a lot of people. Keep it up. Big money. Yeah. Yada mean. Yada da mean. Sorry, man. But yeah, I appreciate you, man. And I want to start doing more behind the scenes to help more people out too. And so, especially if like people are in inbound sales, I'm trying to see if I really want to switch my channel, like to talk about inbound sales on this channel or just link it to another channel. Still deciding that. I'm leaning toward the latter, just because not everybody here, like, this is my personal channel, and this is like what I like to focus on is personal growth. But the more tactical stuff, I probably want to put on a second channel. Seton says favorite rap song right now. I think right now it's I would play it, but it's gonna get copyrighted. But since the whole Young Thug trial right now, like I'm really liking Blue Jean Bandit by Young Thug and TM88, and I think the 808 Mafia like produced it and stuff. Southside's on it. He produced a beat, and all that. So Future's on it too. So I've been diving heavy into Future memes too. It's pretty funny. Future memes, City Boy memes, all that sort of stuff. It's just really interesting. So there's that. Yeah. Which brings me to the next point, right? Like, as I'm trying to think about like, okay, so these are some of the wins, but I think an important question to always ask is like, oh, whoops, what can I do better? So like, if I go here for a second and I'm just like, okay, you know, a lot of these great things happened, right? But what can I do? And I think when it comes to terms of improving, it's like, actually, I would say improving, managing my energy better. And what that directly means is like sleeping on time and getting up earlier. Like, I'm really bad at like, wow, you guys cannot see that. That's pretty bad. Hold on, let me Let me adjust this really quick. Way better. Yeah, something I'm really bad at is like getting up earlier and sleeping on time. I think it's because I've been working too much, like too much light and stuff. My mind is always going on at night. And it's just been really, really difficult to get up, and I get really, really tired really easily. Because I'm like training like jujitsu every day, and then I try to go to yoga, and then I'm doing lifting, and then it's like all the stuff I'm doing is very mentally taxing on my brain. So like I'm always strategizing. I'm always like I'm trying to structure my new high ticket offers and coaching offers and value based offers, not only for my agency, but for my inbound sales advisory too. So it's a lot of work. And it's a lot of brain, but I can't complain. I just really, really love it. It's really, really fun for me too. So there's a bit of that. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Kevin. aka Julio the Fulio. Any tips on how to turn your life around ASAP and drastically? I mean, if you have a more specific question on the situation you're going through, like, more than happy to hear it. But I'll share a personal experience that I'm going through right now. Is like in terms of something I've really made the decision. Like, so I've always had my foot one step in, one step out in terms of like my YouTube, my inbound sales advisory. I was always a lot more. I'm actually meeting with one of the future coaches, like one of the coaches on the future pro group this week to talk about it. But I've always had a problem with committing, especially when it's like my personal projects and going 100%. And something that has really, really helped me is like making the decision to go all in on my personal businesses. And since then, I've had clients like randomly hit me up this week about wanting to do coaching with me and want to work with me more in depth. I've had potential clients, like even friends, right? Like some of my friends are struggling with structuring their high ticket offers, and they were asking me tons of questions. And so I made them an irresistible offer too, right? And some of them were like, I mean, everybody was cool with it, right? Like I was just like, hey, I don't know if this would help, but like, if you want to work more professionally together, like I'm more than happy to craft you a value-based offer that, would really make sense for you and really just help you. I just want to see your business grow. And I don't think if I didn't make a conscious decision that, hey, I'm going to go all in on it, I'm going to give my full commitment for at least the next X amount of time. For my YouTube channel, like I'm all in for life, dude. Books is like, it's not even books. It's like educational type of stuff, educational documentary reviews, like analyzing thoughts. Like that's what I really, really love. And I think it really, really will help a lot of people, right? And so making that decision really helped me make all the other decisions really easily. Like I don't have to look for different affiliate programs or different brand deals and all that, because there's one, I just have to deal with what's the one company that really I truly believe in that helps a lot of people. And right now, like it's kind of like short form at the moment. It might change in the future. But I'm working on getting sponsorships for them to kind of just cover all the operation costs of the channel. And so once I can cover more of the operation costs, then I can really start scaling the business and just pumping out a little bit more content. I can hire script writers. I can hire every piece of person in the value chain too. And so like any help that I can get like really, really helps. So that's where I reinvest all my AdSense, my affiliate money, all that sort of stuff, because I really want to double down on this niche, and it attracts the right people, like I've had a few authors reach out to me just for me to do their book and stuff like that. And I'm going through the books. It takes me time to read the books and all that, but it's really, really rewarding. And in terms of inbound sales, like I just have I don't think I'm the best, right? But I think I'm really good at what I do. And compared to other people, I'm very professional. I'm tactful. Like I am able to communicate and just really just take care of my clients, right? And if you talk to any of my clients, they'll all say the same thing. Like, dude, Kevin's always on top of things. He's always like he treats my business like my own, right? And which honestly has led me down some really bad working relationships at times. But yeah, like setting boundaries is something that I'm getting better and better at. Holding people, like communicating accountability, that's another area that I'm trying to get better at. But in terms of empathy, communication, and just being like very transparent and honest, like those are skills that are pretty easy for me too. Eric Zeng says, do you still keep your pharmacy license active? I actually do. I'm still licensed at the moment, so I just like do the CEs and stuff. It doesn't take me that much time to do the CEs, but I'm still licensed. And what? Hold on for a second. I think it's time to upgrade to the G86, dog. This, oh man, crazy. This autofocus is pretty trash. But I do keep my pharmacist license active. I've actually had like, so it was partly through, I've been thinking about this for a while, but I was thinking about like, you know, if I have a family in the future, like since revenue is always like kind of up in the air, sometimes it's make it rain days, sometimes it's not. It gets more consistent over time, but the only reason why I keep my license is because who knows, if I have a family and I need to take care of my kids and stuff, like I wouldn't mind grabbing a part-time type of pharmacy gig and stuff too, just to stabilize the revenue and income into the family. But since I'm single and I'm relatively young, I can take bigger risks. And so now I think I talked about this like 2 weeks ago, but one of the things that I'm trying to do is structure better and better like business arrangements where I can make like 200K like off of one contract, right? Because of value-based pricing and stuff. I know I bring a lot to the table, and that's why, like, for me, in my head, I make it. And just to go back to Taylor's question, is like, I've set clear boundaries and made major decisions in my life where to double down, and where to draw boundaries on certain things. Like, for example, I refuse to do work because under a certain dollar amount, because in my head I have a minimum level of engagement, right? Like I value my time that much based off of my previous successes. And I think, I don't know who said it, but someone was like, when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So I'm just trying to be a lot more cognizant about what I'm saying no to. And for example, if I got headhunted for a pharmacy gig or a pharmacy job or something like that, what am I saying no to? Well, I'm saying a lot of no to the long-term plays that I'm making. And so at this time, I just don't believe it's worth it at the moment. Taylor says, all my friends are married and I don't really hang out with anyone anymore, to be specific. I'm trying to build a new life, but pretty much everyone's a stranger. I'm trying to fix my life. Not mean. Yeah, like one of the things I've been doing a lot is actually, what's that called? Is like making new friends is really, really tough as you get older. But one of the things I just try to do is just do local events, right? Jiu-jitsu is one, yoga is another one. Like I have a few friends in Vegas who moved from California. They host events, and I like hosting my own events sometimes too. We'll go like archery, we'll go like game rooms, we'll go like to a video game bar or just something very, very chill. And I think a lot of times like we can just be proactive about those things and just find commonalities and activities that we'd be doing already, right? We're just inviting other people to go. So that's something I'm just trying to get better at too. But it's a lot of work. Like even as someone as extroverted as me, like I get very, very exhausted just trying to plan stuff all the time and just balance the business. So that's why I've been in like heavy working mode and all that too. So it hasn't been, it's tough, but it's doable. And that's why I like review my goals and stuff of what I want to do. I know that the friendship part of my life isn't going to be like the major priority right now, right? Sorry for asking. I know it's a hard decision for you. And the only reason I was asking because I'm a pharmacist at retail and don't really like it. No, Eric, it's totally cool. It's not a personal question. If anything's really personal, I'll just like abstain from it. But um yeah, like yeah, and it's kind of funny. There's certain people online saying that, "Oh, your pharmacy license is inactive." It's actually active, dude. But it's okay. It doesn't matter, right? But I don't know. Like it's kind of, you just never know the opportunities that life will bring you. And so why close yourself to those opportunities, especially if it's a relatively low commitment, right? Like I do my CEs really quickly and I still have my license, and if I ever need to fall back on some cash, guess what? I always have my license at the end of the day. So been a lot more open about it. If you caught me a few years ago, I've been like, fuck pharmacy, like blah 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 blah. But I'm not so absolutist anymore. Definitely a little bit more open minded when it comes into that. Pikachu says, "Have you seen Pokemon?" Oh my god! Funny enough, I actually have like I used to have a Pikachu like thing in like some of my background sets, and I broke it unfortunately when I came to Vegas. Fuck, I'm a guy. I'm not very careful about certain things. Andrew says, "I'm doing my rotations. I absolutely hate it. Retail, nuclear, compounding industry. It all sucks. Any advice for someone who doesn't know what they want to do in the field?" To be honest, Andrew, I was in a very similar situation as you, and I've really struggled with it. I went through like a quarter life crisis just because I felt so stuck and I didn't know what to do, right? And it's tough because it's a general sentiment that like a lot of people go through, right? Um, and I wish I had a easy solution for you. Like, I wish I had an easy solution for you like ahead of time, but I don't, because it's I mean, this is what most people are going to tell you. They're going to be like, "Okay, just suck it up. Find a like okay, so if I were to put my thoughts, like I'm just taking some time to just put my thoughts into like meaningful advice for a second. But okay, so you're on your rotations. Chances are you're gonna get a some sort of, hold on for a second. Oh my god. That's a picture of me, by the way, when I was a kid. Can't tell. Hold on for a second. Okay. So annoying. So let's say you get a job. You're lucky enough to get a job, right? What are the options? Well, you could stick it out for 30 years until you retire or do the fire movement. That's one solution, right? Like to retire early. Okay. Not the most fun. And personally, I don't. It depends. Like some people are okay with it, but for me, I really find value in doing something that you love every single day, that like fills your cup, not takes away from it. It's like the quality of life too. That's option one. Option two is find another job, which in my experience, like you could end up in a worse situation, a better situation, but it's very time intensive in terms of applying things. Number three, you could have a side gig and just transition into a full-time gig. Or four, you can move into a tangential like type of role too, right? So a few of my friends have gone into tech companies and all that, or they now work for the insurance companies if they were doing community pharmacy, doing like PA reviews and stuff. There's a lot of those things, but you really just have to see what resonates with you. And I think in the past I would have been just like, man, it sucks. Like you should find a solution right away. But you know, it's often this like discomfort in life, which is actually really good for us because it forces us to really analyze. It's an opportunity to think about what we want. And so my advice to you, Andrew, is like, we've all been through it before, bro. Like most of my friends are still going through it right now, and they're 10 years into their industry. So, yeah, I hope that helps. But my main point is that you don't need to figure out a game plan right now. Like just take it one step at a time. depending on your financial / family situation, it isn't a bad idea to look into other pharmacy fields or even leave pharmacy. It really depends. Like, that's why it's like hard to do a blanket statement about like you should leave pharmacy altogether, you know. And so like everybody's situation is different. Everybody has like different situations. Like I guarantee I would not have done the same thing. Like if I stayed in pharmacy 5 extra years, like I wouldn't have left at all. Like for sure. I don't think I would have, because it would have been so ingrained in me. So in some sort of ways, like losing my father was a gift in disguise. But yeah, great question, guys. Anyways, feel free to drop in more comments too. We're gonna wrap up soon, because I actually have to finish up my website too. So I want to do that offline and go to a boba shop and finish planning my week. But keep on dropping questions if you want. All right, big Kevy dog. I gotta go hit the deal banana peel. Dude broskies. Keep live streaming because I really enjoy them now. Okay, for sure. I ain't even the vicinity. Later, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. So, oh wow, we're getting quite a bit of people in the chat. I appreciate the advice. I've been watching your videos since I got into pharmacy. It feels like a trap now that I'm coming to the end because I gotta pay these loans. It's really, really tough, bro. Like I'm telling you, like doing something that you don't like every single day is like, it's like a living version of hell, you know? And it's a little exaggerated because you're still getting paid and all that, and there's benefits, right? But that's why I feel so strongly about finding work that you actually love. Because I know that people who are completely retired and they're miserable, right? They have nothing to do. They wake up so bored every single day, right? But when you find something that you really love that people need, find your ikigai, which I did a book review on it. But when you find that is that's what you're striving for. But it doesn't come overnight. Like it's not like a 10-minute solution where you just fill out the chart and you suddenly know what you want to do. It's taken me a long time to just kind of really lean into what life, God, higher power, whatever you want to call it, has been telling me to kind of like lean into. And that always comes down to like, it really comes down into a few things. Like I love doing the consulting work I do. I love doing communication, soft skills type of things. I love building relationships. I mean, like across the board, my friends always call me like the super networker or the super connector, right? I can't escape it, you know, and I can't escape that. I love personal growth and love learning new things. And I used to feel very guilty about my previous pharmacy career. It's like, why can't I be like everyone else? Why can't I actually enjoy it, right? Why can't I be XYZ? But the truth is, I'm not that person, you know? And don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful for the relationships that pharmacy has given me, the initial financial stability that pharmacy gave me, and all the experiences of pharmacy that it gave me, because it did give me a lot. But I also have to realize is that sometimes what gets you here won't get you there, to the next part of your life, to the next stage of ascension, right? We have this silly thought sometimes that like we graduate pharmacy school and we think everything's going to be like smooth sailing for the rest of your life, right? And like everything's going to be Gucci, like I just need to bring in money and all that. But no matter how much money, what I realized too, like even in business, no matter how much money you have, those problems don't go away. Your problems change over time, right? You're thinking, oh crap, now I have to find a good accountant and I have to do, there's always going to be like I have to use, I gotta use and stuff. And the number one thing is like it's all internal. It's all how we perceive the world. And if we're able to just take a step back, relax a little bit more, let our executive function and our like let our flow state and executive function take over, and not have to react to all these negative situations in our life, right? And we're able to reframe them as opportunities. We start feeling a lot happier, and it makes us feel a lot more grateful to do these things, right? For example, I remember like a while back, I was like in LA, and I was like, man, I gotta wake up early because I got this like client call in the morning, and it's like it's killing my night and stuff, like because I can't go out and whatnot. This happened not too long ago, and then I was just like, well, hold on, Kevin, this is something that I read this on Instagram somewhere, but what you wanted 5 years, like the person who you are now is like the person you would kill for 5 years ago. And I was like, most new inbound salespeople would kill for this. Most pharmacists would kill for something like this, just to have remote income and just work online and have their own business and all that, right? There's people that would kill to be in our situation, you know? That's something I try not to take advantage of or take for granted. And then I always remember, right, like I get to choose to do this, right? And it just helps me out a lot more because I can choose not to do it at any moment. I can just leave all my any client that I don't want, I can just terminate. If you don't want a job, you can just quit. There's consequences, don't get me wrong, but I think sometimes we forget the power of choice sometimes. How are you doing on your website? The website is 75% done. It actually broke a few days ago, believe it or not. And I actually had to call my hosting, web host and all that, but it's mostly done. The hardest pages are done. And I would say the hardest pages are man, this is so annoying. Oh yes. The hardest pages are the about page, the home page. The home page is pretty much done. And then I gotta do my offer pages of like applying to my services and all that sort of stuff. And then I gotta do the favorite pages and all that. But the sitemap is mostly done. The structure is done. The branding elements, all that sort of stuff is done. Mapping out the wireframes are done. Like everything is done. And it's kind of crazy. I can't believe, that's one thing that I definitely got to appreciate about like myself, that I've been able to take these skill sets and just transform them and just like learn a lot and be able to be so adaptive with my skill set. Because like I said, a few years ago, I wouldn't be able to build a website from scratch, a good, decent website, which makes me want to revisit like refugeehustle.com and just like scrap some of it, take some stuff out, rebrand it, and just make it more personal and all that, and just optimize for the newsletter. I really like the newsletter like content a lot. I haven't had time to like dive into newsletter, but for anyone that's worked on a website before, it is a lot of work. It's not a simple project. It's a lot of work. Yeah, so oh my god. Dude, we still got 6 people in here. This is awesome, man. Cool. Well, anyways, so much for planning with me. I didn't get to do any planning, really. All I did was, like, kind of chat with you guys, which is totally cool with me. Like, I just love doing these things from time to time and just enjoying our time, too. You doing straight up HTML, CSS, or JavaScript? No, I'm using a web page builder. So I use Divi theme at the moment. I'm just customizing like that. I used to use Kartra before, but Kartra, like, you can't control the fonts and typography and all that, and so not a huge fan for the web building part of Kartra. Everything else about Kartra is solid, but like that part is like not a big fan of. And something I'm learning from Chris Do is like fonts, all that sort of stuff, it matters. It affects the vibe, and color palettes, they matter. Like branding, it matters. And so like I'm getting better at that, and I'm pretty happy with like my 2-color like theme layout as well. So that's working really, really well. Or like a template. I built it like from scratch, honestly. I don't use any of the templates that Divi has because they're not really, they're like good, like if someone off the street saw it, they'd be okay, right? They'd be like, oh, that looks pretty good. But for me, like there's a certain purpose I want for my business website, Kaizen Closing. So I want to be able to take inquiries from people and all that, and just be designed to be personable, instill confidence, and be able to sell for me while I'm sleeping. So that is a goal for the website at the moment. But yeah, Haga, if you got more questions about my website, I'm more than happy to just like chat more about it. But I love websites. You can make a lot of money doing websites too. Like I'm thinking like a few of my friends, they were looking at website people. I was like, how much are you gonna pay them? They're like 5-10K. I was like, dude, you can pay me and I'll do your website for you. And I'll write the copy, I'll make sure everything's good. And turnaround time will be like 3 weeks, 2 weeks. And it'll be solid because we're good friends, right? So I'm planning to like I'm thinking about a few friends that would benefit, but it's a lot of work to doing a website. I know why they charge so much now. It's not easy, right? And it's just like a lot of work. It's literally like building a house sometimes, right? And then there's certain like right now the problem I'm running into is like certain email like services won't connect with my theme, and like being able to integrate it. And then I'm thinking about, okay, like if I have a course or a master class or something like that, like how do I integrate that in? It's just like a pain in the ass right now, and I'm just trying to figure out one step at a time and not get super overwhelmed. But I do have like an end date on September 1st where I need to have everything done. I put that pressure on myself though, because if I gave my, like honestly I've been telling myself, oh yeah, you got like all summer, and like summer's almost over, and like I never did anything. So now I'm trying to get everything done. So that's really, really important. Anyways, guys, I appreciate all y'all who have tuned into stream. Yeah, really appreciate you guys. Next video should be coming out soon. I just shot 3 videos. I'm just taking a little mental break because yesterday I was really, really, really exhausted, and man, I was so tired after. But it was well worth it. Just getting everything done, and right now I'm going to go to Boba Shop, plan the rest of my week of all my action items, and then yeah, just go from there, man. Anyways, I appreciate all y'all. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Peace, mother people. Bye.